David Ignatius writes about the Middle East in his Washington Post column. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Charlie.
The Hamas, according to all that we can learn, are emboldened by this because they believe they have new allies in Egypt. How will a ceasefire come about?
A ceasefire will only come about if Egypt and Turkey, another strategic ally of Hamas often, agree to exert pressure on Hamas to accept conditions that would lead to a cessation of hostilities. And I think that's what's going to be the most interesting test for all of us to watch. Is the new Egypt, headed by the Muslim Brotherhood President Mohammed Morsi, prepared to be a stabilizing force in the region, or is it going to move, as its ideology might suggest, toward ever more militant stands, bringing its basic peace alignment with Israel into question? I think one worrisome fact that was in the excellent reports from your correspondents was the lack of support in Israel for a ground invasion. Prime Minister Netanyahu is threatening Hamas. If you don't come to the table and agree to stop firing missiles, we will invade you. And yet Hamas surely can watch television and knows how unpopular that invasion would be with the Israeli public, which limits Netanyahu's options.
On the other hand, there is a question of whether President Netanyahu has other things that he can do and who will come to his side in trying to say to the Hamas, you know, you face certain kinds of pressures unless you stop the rocket fire.
The United States has played its hand certainly in a way that helps Netanyahu. The U.S. has said, President Obama has said personally from the beginning that the cause of this conflict is Hamas rocket attacks on Israel and the intolerable suffering that causes for the Israeli population. So he's squarely placed the blame on Hamas. At the same time, Obama has been working with his contacts in the region. He's been on the phone to President Morsi in Egypt, to Prime Minister Erdogan in Turkey. Now we see the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon heading to Cairo. So all of these diplomatic assets are also being brought into play. And I think, again, it will come down to whether Egypt is prepared to exert leverage and pay some capital with its own militant wing to bring Hamas into some kind of ceasefire.
And can the U.S. use as a stick in this diplomacy the billions of dollars in aid that we give to Egypt?
Conceivably, that would be possible, Nora. I think the U.S. has been very reluctant to play that card so far. One reason we continue to be able to talk to Morsi and to talk to the new Egypt is that we haven't made each move trigger for withdrawal of aid, and I think they'd be reluctant to do that. Certainly, if Egypt moves radically towards the Hamas position, breaking off any possibility of negotiations, that's going to have repercussions. Already in Congress, I hear there's a lot of anxiety about the Egyptian position.
Absolutely. David Ignatius, thank you.